this is Mentioned here, bringing another Wargame European Escalation Fatal Error single player walkthrough series. Third mission today, Kessel again. Sorry, not a live commentary. Hopefully you know why by now. If not, look at another video. Can't remember which one I explained it in. I think it was the one before last. Yes, that sounds about right. Anyway, mission 3, Kessel.
November 17, 1979. While the NATO offensive has slowed down, packed reinforcements from Poland are about to turn the situation around. In Saxony, the German 29th Panzerbrigade is surrounded and tries to resist long enough to be rescued by Allied units. Surrounded elements of the Panzerbrigade are entrenched around this island. They are defending outposts that cannot be held very long in front of Soviet attacks. You'll have to reinforce them quickly. But you won't be able to deploy any additional troops as long as you haven't secured a way in for the reinforcements. Remember, all key positions must be in your hands when the retreat order is given. The Leopard 2 is one of your best cards in this battle, with its strong armor and its powerful gun. However, you have to keep them away from ATGM. The Bo 105P and the AH-1 are anti-tank helicopters able to move quickly from one front to another. Be aware that they only carry a limited number of missiles. You may also rely on Panzer Grenadiers and the Marder 1A1, which are your first line of defense. Infantry is efficient while entrenched in buildings or woods. You will have to defend many places at the same time. Cold blood and speed are the keys to success.
Okay, so let's have a look at what's going on. Okay, so we have to control all the conquest points at the end of the 20-minute period, and we're jumping straight into the action. No safe zone here. So basically how this level works is there's these conquest zones, and basically at the end of the 20 minutes I have to hold all of them. Basically, not one of them can be in Soviet hands. Also, I don't have a reinforcement zone initially, so I'm going to get some of the command vehicles we're given at the start and send them over to Mike and whatever the other command post was, and maneuver the Panzer Grenadiers and the mortars that are located in the conquest zones and sort of get them into a position where they can be a bit more effective. But at the moment they're a bit badly positioned. Some of them are okay. But yeah, that's a pretty quiet point in the battle. It's just the game's giving you a bit of chance to get your act together. So what I'm doing is getting the recon units, the Luke's recon units, and getting them out, because Panzer Grenadiers and Mortars, their advantage is their missiles. And, you know, that's basically the most important part of them. And, you know, you need recon for these missiles to work. If, you don't have recon, it's not going to work out that well, is it? So, yeah, quite a short mission, I guess, 20 minutes. All these missions are usually quite short. And there's this sort of command vehicles. Now, what I'm planning to do is reinforce Mike and whatever that other reinforcement zone is. I'm abandoning Quebec, moving to Gulf. Should give me a bit more chance to supply, because I need to spend as much as possible, because I'm sure they gave us 1,500 points at the start for a reason. Straight off the bat, BMP2s are engaging into the mortars, and this is not the kind of battle I'd wanted. I didn't want the mortars to be down so quickly. The BMP2s have accurate ATKMs, and because they're ATKMs, they're going to kill anything that they hit, more or less. Current version of Wargame, and it's probably going to stay like that way until the end. Command vehicle getting into Foxtrots, so hopefully we'll get some reinforcements soon. Mike as well, they're both in it. It's just getting into a position where they can be a bit safe. So Echo's been lost now. Again, I'm moving the command vehicles to a more important zone. Also, there's been a bit of fighting around Foxtrot before it's even been secured yet. However, I have some Leopard 2s in the area. The Leopard 2 is a very, very nice tank. It's basically the perfect tank that doesn't have an ATKM strapped to it. That's what I'd have to say. Bit of fighting to the south is some command armor and some ATGM units are coming up again. Trade of ATGM, I don't want that at this stage. So I send some patterns down to sort them out. And more command armor coming in. It looks like this one was going to try and take over Foxtrot and get a reinforcement zone. Interesting strategy. The BDM Conquerors have done a lot of damage. Those are good tank destroyers, I guess you'd call them. Also, supplies are very important in this, as they are through all the Wargame, because ATGMs will run out of supplies quick. Also, I'm reinforcing at Mike. It's pretty likely that some kind of attack will be mounted on Mike, and I think I can defend it quite well. And I know the mission is to defend the conquest points, but you know, if you can't reinforce, I guess it's going to overwhelm you in time. So another swarm of patents coming in. Patent swarm is quite a good tactic in this because you're given a lot of them to play around with, unlike some other units. So yeah, at the moment still hold all the points, and we're about 5 minutes in, so I'm feeling quite confident they don't seem to mount much of an attack. Oh, to the south, however, maybe I spoke too soon. Oh, these are very nasty. The OT-64 Scott 2M, and look how many of them there are. There's hundreds of them, hundreds upon hundreds of them. For those you don't know, the OT-64 Scott 2AM is essentially a sort of, it's got a machine gun, it's got an ATGM, and it's got a cannon. So these things have a huge amount of firepower, and you know that you can see there's a lot of them. Obviously they're very weakly armored, but still, it's not good. However, the mortars have their lovely autocannon thing, and the Panzergrenadiers are good infantry, so they quickly dispatch them. But still, I think they took a bit of a battering there. And a command, or not a command, a recon keeps coming in. I also spotted something else coming towards them. Elsewhere to the south, we've got some BMP2s coming. Looks like they're scouting around Delta, might be trying to capture it. So I got the command, not the command, why do you keep calling it the command? A recon vehicle to have a look. Up to the north, we got a swarm of T-64s coming in. However, these are well-supplied ATGM units. However, the T-64 is probably the best unit the Warsaw Pact could choose at this point. Apart from maybe infantry or artillery, those were helicopters, I guess. That would be a really good choice, but this is the AI, so obviously they aren't going to make good choices. They're going to, I guess, have a stronger army. So, you know, but the T-34 is quite a good choice. It's cheap, and the fact that these ATGMs are way more powerful than they need to be. Also, I'm starting to run out of supplies. I can no longer buy an Urals, having to run on the Cupiders now. And another swarm of these sort of OT-62 Topazes. Nasty, nasty units. Over here, I brought in a recon helicopter to see what's going on, but it turns out they have some AA missiles, and I lose a recon helicopter. That sucks. It's an annoying development. So basically, they've got AA missiles, so I can't hit them from the air, and they probably have ATGM, so I can't hit them with patents without encountering severe losses that I don't really want to take. So I decide to just bring in some superior ATGM that could win in a duel, hopefully. They're highly vetted, and they're the best category of ATGM I have at my disposal. Hopefully they'll do the job. And I'm sort of micromanaging supplies. That's what it's all about here. Supply, supply, supply. You have to keep the bullets flowing. Up here, I've taken a bit of a knock at this command or conquest point or whatever you want to call it. These Topazes of, look how many there are. Seriously, just look at it. Okay, are you looking? Better be looking, but if yeah. So yeah, they've got swarmed in, and now I don't have all the conquest points. That's a bad development. See, elsewhere we got some Mi-2 Europes. These are interesting helicopters. I think they're the 80 AA version, so they've got missiles for tanks and missiles for aircraft. That's about it. I think they might have a machine gun, but they're quite weak. Else here, a pretty big attack on Mike, but I've got the forces to deal with it easily. I'm sort of... If I had to criticize my performance, I'd probably say I was spending way too much time defending the reinforcement zones. I was overspending there and not enough on these conquest points, which is what the game's all about. Up here, the Gurnowitzes expose their weakness, their health. Very low health, not armoured at all. Quite unusual for packed helicopters to be like that, but there you go. I think that's Polish. Else here, we've got the 3 starships, 5 Pattons. You know, they're holding off. I really shouldn't have bought supplies for them. Tanks are very good at, you know, fighting without the need of supplies. Elsewhere, the Topazes have moved through the woods and now they're threatening, and not threatening, they have captured the supply vehicles.